Hi, and welcome to the next drawing exercise. Now, in this drawing exercise, we're going to be converting this first angle orthographic projection view over here into an isometric. Now, this one's going to be a big boy. This one's a real big one, eh? So, alright, so let's first get our set square, and I'm actually going to move the camera down. I'm going to move the camera down because this is actually quite a big one. That's why I need the most of the drawing sheet as possible. Yeah, I'm going to be working right downstairs here, guys. That's why normally I'm just drawing it for you guys. You must try plot it. Okay, so let's go. Let's try plot it when you're in the exam setting. But sometimes they do give you big drawings like this in the exam. Very rarely, but they do. Be prepared, guys. Okay, so let's go draw this over here like that. Let's draw the other line over here like this. Okay, so we've done a little isometric lines like we do in every isometric example. Please don't forget to put the low point letter, which is going to be P. Guys, please don't forget. I think they want to see it in the exam. Because in N1, you get a mark for it. And in N2, I think they don't allocate a mark for it, but they might take away a mark if it's not there. So rather have the low point P as a reference. They need it for the isometric. Okay, so now that we've got our markings or our lines and everything, we have to look at our front view, which has got 120 length. Wow. The left view, which has got 100 width. Wow. And if you look at the height on the left view, it's got a 30 and a 65, which makes it 95. And then I see radius 40 plus 95 makes it 135. Okay, let's mark these measurements and draw the lines and build our isometric cube. Okay, so over here it's 120. Okay, it's actually really a big drawing. Early on when I tried to do it, I realized I had to move down. So this is how much space I've got for the bottom. It's about that much, guys. Okay, look how close it is to the top. It is going to be a very big drawing. So in the exam, they usually give you an A2 sheet of paper. So I wonder why. So I'm going to zoom out, guys. This is actually a really big drawing, eh? Wow. So I do apologize if you see the sides of the board. Normally I try not to show you what is on the sides. I like to have a clear white sheet of paper, but as you can clearly see, this is going to be a really big one. Okay, well, I'm copying exactly from the sizes, guys. Alright, so let's carry on. So, okay, where do you want to start? So let's get the little base up already. So the little base downstairs, if you look on the left view, it's about 30 high. So let's go and measure that out and scribe the construction lines. Okay, alright, so what else is there to be done? Okay, there's also a little bit of a cavity over here, which we can do that right now. So according to the left view, it says 100 and it says 40 in the middle. So 100 minus 40 will leave you 60. So it's obviously going to be 30, 30. Before I scribe these lines, sometimes I actually measure on another side so I can scribe the line to draw these lines too. So according to the front view, this cavity is about 50 deep. So I'm going to measure 50 and scribe a line across so these lines can meet somewhere. I like to remove this, by the way, guys, if I think it's going to get in the way. You can always draw it back later. Okay, so we've got a little cavity over here. You can also extend a line across if you want to over there. Also, guys, you don't have to have these extension lines all the way through your drawing. You can rub them out around the drawing, but not inside the drawing once it's done, eh? So let's see, what else is there to be done? So we've got the step over here, we've got this over here. The only thing is to have this little round piece over here that's going to be drawn right now. Okay, fair enough. And what I like about it, or that's the thing, you're going to have to like measure it. Okay, so according to the left view, it says there radius 40. So radius 40 from one side to the other side is going to make it 80 millimeters. Okay, so that's how big that thing is. You have to see you have to like work out the measurements. Okay, because radius 40 there makes it 80 here. Radius 40 makes it 80. All right, 100 minus 80 is 20. So therefore, we're going to measure 10 millimeters, 10 millimeters. Now, I'm not going to project all the way. You have to start learning how to do your construction line smartly. So, you know it's going to be after this. So I'm going to do the construction line somewhere around here. Okay, same on the other side. Now, I'm also going to rub out this line over here because I think it's going to be in the way. As I say, guys, I usually do these lines to build up the cube. You can always put them back later if you need them, but I don't think we're going to need them. We might need this back line over here, though, to project to this shape over here. Alright, so let's see what else we need. Okay, so according to the drawing, it's about 20 millimeters from the left view, on the front view, 20 millimeters that way from the back over here. So measure 20 millimeters. Okay, and how thick is it? It's 30 thick, so measure 30. Here we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and get it done. Is it going to line up on that side? Perfect. So there we go, line it up over here. Now, I didn't have to draw this line all the way like this, guys. Let me just actually make it neat. Sorry. Just going to draw it over here like that. There we go. So that's the beauty of construction lines. You can rub them away. But not after the drawing is done. Once the drawing is done, guys, leave the construction lines alone. Okay? Because you'll make your drawing messy if you rub them out, eh? You might smudge some lines. Okay, so we got that over there. Okay, so now we need to get the height of this entire thing. And we can do that if... Told you, we can actually bring this back later over here, but very gently. And look what I do over here, guys. I make an intersection there, go to the next line, make an intersection there. Okay, and look what I can do with this, guys. Now I need a bigger set square, guys, because this is actually a big drawing as usual. So I draw a line from there to there, just gently, and just draw another line from there, just gently. This is perfect. This is perfect. Now, look what I can do now. Scribe a line from here to here. There we go. Go to the other intersection. Scribe a line. There to there. Aha. Now I can start working on this thing here. And I can project to the back if I need to. Yes. Okay. So, let's see what we have to do over here. We need to find the center of that circle area. Okay, so I see it's radius 40, so it's going to be a 40 by 40 or 80 by 80. So what's the height of this area? They don't give us a height. Okay, so let's get our set square. Now what I like about the set square, guys, it goes right up to 80. Isn't that nice over there? It goes right up to 80. So I'm going to measure over there where it says 80, right on the dot. Okay, and make a marking over here. I'm also going to make a marking for the 40 because we need the middle of it, guys. Alright, and then I'm going to measure this over here and find out the middle. Why? Because we need to get that window pane for the isometric circles. Okay, now we can start drawing the circles, guys. Now, that's for the big circle. Okay, so let's get this out the way and then we can start drawing the small circle. And while we're at it, guys, once we draw the circle, we can actually start building up the drawing if you want to. And that's what I normally do. Or you can start from the base again and build it up like we did in the previous exercise. Up to you guys. Alright, so I want to start drawing the circle and get it out the way. So now I need the projection lines. So I'm only going to be doing an arc over here, so I need this line over here. Okay, and let's see, I need that line over here. Then I need this line over here too. And then I need this one from the corner over here that goes at 60 degrees. If you don't know what's going on, guys, please consult the isometric drawing exercise, isometric circle drawing exercise. And please study it. So now you can start drawing the circles. Okay, so now I've got everything I need. X marks the spot, and here's the one where I do the big arc. So let's do the big arc first. Okay, there we go. Whew. Okay, I had to move the compass a little bit, but it's fine. It's joined up nicely. Okay, so I'm going to start darkening off the line so we can actually get most of it done, and then we can concentrate on the small circle before we finish. Okay, we just wanted to do this bottom base. It's sometimes it's like it's best to get some of the drawing done so you can try to finish off nice and neatly. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna try to finish off this over here so it starts like making more sense, and then I'm gonna start doing the rest of the drawing, and then we finish off the circle. Yeah, I know I'm jumping around, but that's what happens when you do these isometrics. You tend to do that. And I actually say to the students, you can draw all these construction lines as much as you want, but it's sometimes best to actually just get some of the drawing done. So at least you can now focus on the rest of the drawing when you get to the parts where it's find it very challenging, because the circle is going to be a bit challenging when we get to it. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Yes, we need to project over here from this corner, like that. There we go. Now I can see where this line's going to meet up. There we go. Now we can start doing that same thing again. I'm going to project across from there so we can get the circle. Okay. And I'm going to project from there to there. Circle. And then I'm going to project from here to here, like that. Perfect. Okay, so that's a little area. No, I didn't need to do that line, but yeah. I'm just trying to show you how the lines line up and everything. But what we have to do, oh yes, I've got the line over here. We've gone. That's another thing, actually. Sometimes these lines do coincide. That does happen with a lot of isometrics, guys. Something I've noticed over the years. Sometimes they do this on purpose. So when they use a memo, they can see it's not correct or something because the lines are not lining up. Alright, I'm just double checking over here. Yes, I need to draw a line across over here like this. Okay. It's very similar to what I need over there. Let's see, it's going across over there. No, I need it a little bit longer. Now, sometimes these lines do line up. It just looks weird. Sorry, I'm looking at something else. Okay, there we go. Okay, fine. There we go. Okay. And it's measuring over there to there. Perfect. I've got a line from there to there. That's what I need. Okay, and then I need to project a line from there to there. Okay, that's for the big arc. And then I need to project a line across over here. That X marks for the small arc. And before you do the small arc, make sure you project a line from the tangent of the circle so it lines up. There we go. Yo, welcome to EDN2, guys. It's going to be a lot of construction lines. It's very confusing, I know. But if you look carefully, there's that isometric square. I didn't draw the bottom line over here, but it's over here, that isometric square. Okay, the window pane meets up over here. Okay, there's one line and there's the other line. I drew a line across, the one over there like that, and I drew a line across, like I did over here. Okay, so yeah. Let's carry on. Slightly out, but it's still fine, guys. This is fine for EDN2. Look, guys, as I say, don't stress if it doesn't line up 100% the first time. Obviously, I'm rushing doing this drawing over here, but guys, please, you take your time, practice when you do these drawings. This is fine. It's considered okay for EDN2. Even for EDN3, guys, they know isometrics are not going to be 100% accurate. They do allow you leeway. What they want to see is the drawing complete, and if the drawing is not complete, you're not going to get marks for it. That's where they're very strict. Okay. Alright, so we've done everything now, and there's all one line over here at the back that we have to draw, and then now we can concentrate on the circle. Yeah, you see there's a lot of construction lines now. You see, that's why I say do the bigger circle. Normally I say do the bigger circle first and then do the one inside. So let's do the small circle. This is where you have the right to rub away the construction lines. Okay, you will not get penalized for this, guys. Just try not to rub on the drawing itself. Okay, they do know that you're going to rub these lines away. Okay, they don't mind if you do that as long as it's not untidy. Okay, so I'm going to rub this all away and start the whole thing again. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to draw the construction line from the middle from there to there. Okay, I'm going to do the other one too. Okay, now remember that technique I showed you in the previous exercise when you wanted to get something like that square hole? Now the same as we want to get the square, we're going to draw the circle in. So according to the drawing, it's a diameter 50, which means radius 25. Radius 25, there we go. And there we go. Okay, oh, that was a tough one to do, hey? Yeah, now guys, these drawings get a bit tedious. Okay, so we've got a window pane line. Now remember, we need to project the lines for where we're going to draw a circle. So there's one line over here like that, and there's one over here like that, and then you need your 60-degree set square. Okay, and you line it up over here like this. Just always go over here like that, and you're going to go to the next one, and you're going to go over here like that. Perfect. And then now we can finish off with the radiuses. Okay, let's go for it. Okay, I'm going to do the small radius first. Oh, be careful, guys, as you're drawing your circle. Your compass might bend in, or you didn't pierce it in properly, so I have to draw that again quickly. Okay, and then I have to go to the other side. The circle's coming out a bit untidy, but it's fine. It's just the might have to maneuver the compass sometimes, guys. There we go. There we go. Just have to move the compass. There we go. There we go, guys. There's our little circle. Fantastic. Alright, and what does it need, guys? A center line. Oh, before you do that, you also have to draw the circle over here, guys, but I'm not going to stress too much about it. So what you should do is describe a construction line from there to there, like that. You measure the thickness, which is 20, isn't it? Oh, it's 30. Okay, it's 30. So you measure 30 millimeters from that point there. Okay, and with the same setting as that big arc, which you already have on over here already, like you've got the big arc setting over here from here to here like that. You pierce it over here, and yes, you have to draw the arc over here like that. There we go. That's what you have to do. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, and there we go. It's done. Yo. Okay, a little bit tedious at first. As I say, guys, when you do these drawings, please practice them slowly and take your time. But in the exam setting, yeah, this would probably take you a good deal, 45 minutes to do. No, definitely, I say this is like about I would say it's about a 20 mark isometric. It's very big. Haven't done a big one like this before, but it's definitely quite fun to do. Yes, they can get this big. I've seen like a big circle one about this size, a circle like this size with a hexagon inside of it. Right, so the here's the 3D model. As you can see here, yeah, here's the 3D model. It does fit over here. Yeah, it's massive, this thing here, guys. That's why the 3D model is a little bit small. Yeah, so it looks like the 3D model. Okay, all right. But as I said, I hope you've learned something, and I hope you are going to practice, because there's a lot of practice to do. And I hope you have a pleasant day further. Thank you, and goodbye.